Welcome back to Grandma Sims. I've shared this build on the gallery so you can download it and follow along. Let's decorate together, and most of all, let's have some fun. So here we are, finally at the end of this build. If you've been following along, your factory should almost be complete. So right now we're going to finish up the outside, starting with the rooftop. I put a small room up here and put in what I would consider like the janitor's room, or because we didn't include one anywhere else, we can label this as the staff room for the staff to come hang out. And you definitely want to have staff have access to this room, because I am putting in the equipment for rent. So I am putting in the water heater and the electrical box that actually do break down. So you can switch those out for the ones that are just decorative, so you don't have them breaking down. I think it adds to gameplay to have them breaking down, so I like them in this application. So yeah, so you're gonna, if you have, like we talked about in the computer lab, if you have an employee doing the repair work, you'll want them to have access to this so they can do the repairs up here also. So this is just a grungy, kind of rundown utility shed up here on the roof. Like I said, you can label it for the staff lounge, so staff only, they can come out here. More than unlikely they're going to go ahead and take a nap on the couch, because they do that if you give them a place to lay down versus just chairs. And they can watch a little TV, gets their fun up, actually makes them happier. I don't like them up I don't like them spending so much time taking breaks as they are working, but it does seem like the Sims do like to take longer breaks than normal. So this is just all the grungy basement stuff, just your basic cement floor. I went with the tin. I thought maybe this building would be made out of tin. You could totally make it out of the same brick that the rest of the building is made out of. That would work also. I just think this might have originally been a part of this factory up here in the capacity of a utility shed or a storage shed. So I thought this worked good. Of course, we're going to bring back more of our signs from Strangerville. This is the electrical one. And I finally found a place to put the dogs playing poker photo. It's perfect for this application. Now I had thought about doing a rooftop sitting area for customers, or a rooftop garden. Those things are completely available. It's a very large rooftop. I left mine empty, mostly because there's so much going on in this factory, and I really didn't want my game bogging down. So I didn't do any of those things. Now, if you've left maybe something out downstairs, or your game doesn't have that problem, this is a huge open space that is just waiting to be decorated. And if you do something like that, please leave a comment and let me know your gallery ID or where you've uploaded it. I would love to see what other possibilities there are for this rooftop. That would be great. Again, some more decorations. You saw there that I did mark it as the employees lounge, some cleaning supplies. The little buildings, I think, that kind of represents San Myshuno, which is where we're building. I think they're cute. This is just a little clutter, what you would find in a storage shed. All the stuff that we don't want to throw away, but we don't want downstairs. Can't remember. I know I put TV in here, but did I put a radio in here? I don't think I did. I'm going to put a little HVAC on the roof. If you started along with me when we did the cafe build, I did mention that those industrial pipes would look really good running through this building, and that would tie in really nice with putting the HVAC up here on the roof, is having those industrial pipes running through the building, because that's how the heating and the cooling would have worked in this building. So it would have been a great tie-in with what we've got going on right here. But these are just some basic things. I did, like I said, I did not do a whole lot up here. I'm gonna put a billboard in, of course. I was looking for one, I guess this one with the TV monitor on it, or just a computer monitor on it, whichever one this is. I thought that one looked the most high tech for this building, like, you know, what's going on in this building. So I chose that one. Sorry, have a little visitor here. Put in some, obviously some dishes for the internet, for the Wi-Fi. I probably should have put more than 3, considering how many computers we have downstairs, but the 3 look good to me. Just making this more like it's been here for a while. That's an old factory. It's dirty. Nobody really comes up here, obviously, unless they're repairing something. Gonna make that whole upstairs area for employees only. Like I said, you can definitely change that if you'd like. So I moved down here. I am going to put in a few plants and some vegetation and some decorative items out front. Again, we're not going to be too cluttered in the plant department, enough to make it feel very cozy, but not so much that it's taking up all the space. Sometimes I do like to leave myself space for when I'm playing during gameplay. If you built everything before you even move in, then there's no place to put anything. You know, what if down the road I want to put in the rocket ship, and that gives them another activity to do here? I would like the space to do that. So a lot of times I will leave that space just for future gameplay. You know, if we have kids in a residential build, not so much this build here, unless they're going to have kids here. But I will leave space in the yard for the swing set, or the kiddie pool, or the slip and slide. Just because I don't know during gameplay if that's something we're going to need. So I don't always fill up every single space on the lot. I know a lot of people feel like they need to fill, if there's an open piece of grass, they need to fill it up with something. I just don't feel that way. So it's all very subjective. It's all very personal. Whatever you like. If you like to get your whole space done and completed before you move your Simpsons, that's great. If you don't like landscaping at all, that's great too. There was a time in my life where I didn't like landscaping. I had to take some time and I had to figure out the things I liked in landscaping and the things I didn't like in landscaping. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time in debug, but I have done a whole build in debug, so every day is different and every day brings either a new challenge or a new learning experience. So we're just doing, like I said, some basic flowers out front here. I am going to do a little sitting area here. I thought with all the high-tech inside that it would be nice to come out, sit under these beautiful shade trees and just take a break, take a breather from, you know, all the high-tech, all of the buzzing and noise of of everybody working, and come out here and enjoy the outdoors. I try to make sure I get outside every day to be outside, not to be stuck in the house. So this is some basic painting of the ground. I do believe in a little bit here I'm gonna muck it up somehow and have to go back and fix that. I think this is it right here. I think I painted all the ground and ended up painting over everything that I did out front. I'm not sure. No, it looks to be okay. That's good. Making sure. That's the mailbox for rent. I think it was probably original to the factory, not used so much in this application. So I know this is the last build of this series of our converted factory. But you're definitely gonna wanna subscribe and start following along for our next build, which is going to be amazing. We're going to be doing a candy shop, candy, cupcakes, and crafts. I don't know if that's the official name yet, but that's what we're going to be doing, and it is super, super cute. Just absolutely adorable. You don't want to miss that. So hit that subscribe and like button, and you'll be with us for the next build. Now finishing this up, I thought also back here, putting in another seating area. This one out, probably can tell once I spin us around. This one would look out over the water. So this would be a great place, again, to bring your laptop, if it was a laptop, and to sit outside and to work outside and to have that fresh breeze blowing in off of the water. And these beautiful trees that we're going to put in, these garden plant areas. I don't know what you want to call them, but we're going to put these in. And this is going to be very, this is not a lot going on back here. It's going to be a very quiet, relaxing area. Like I said, to get away from all the computers, to get away from all of the commotion going on inside the building. Just to take a moment. And this will be another excellent spot to do that, which is what I really wanted. Quiet and serene. Opposite of what's going on inside the building. Using the same flowers that we have out front. Same tree, same flowers. Just giving it some consistency. I don't know if you noticed or not, but Grandma did not bring the boys to this build. Usually she brings them with her wherever she goes, but this time she left them home. I believe this just wasn't a good place for the boys to come and play. So, adding more flowers right down the middle here. Now, our industrial build, like I've said through the different building videos, it has a lot. If you just have businesses and hobbies, you get 5 things to do. I know some people are using a mod to get more, so you can have more things going on. I'm not sure, it's up, I think it's, I don't know how many more it is. Is it 8 or 10? I'm not quite sure. But this building, either way you play, you will have a lot of different activities for your Sims. And you can turn the activities on or off depending on if your Sims are participating in those. I do know in my play testing, the video gaming lounge right there in the lobby, we can kind of see it through the window there. That was very popular. I have to say I'm very glad I didn't put more robotic stations in the 2 robotics labs, because I think I was happy when I saw 1 sim in there working on the robotics. Now that's just in my game. That doesn't mean it would be different in your game. The computer lab obviously was very popular. Lots of Sims there. The classes went as well as possibly could be expected when you have Sims on computers. But they were there. They were participating. The cafe, huge success. Lots of eating going on. Lots of commotion. Very nice to see when it's busy and it's, you know, and they're there milling around. Very exciting to see. So I'm hoping they'll do that for you too. So here I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I actually at one point had to walk away from this particular area and wait for inspiration to hit me upside the head. And then I came back and I finally was able to finish it. And you'll see that in just a second here when I get some more flowers in. So, so the activities in this building, which is what I was talking about. So the cafe works, the computer lab I know works, the video gaming in the lobby I know works. The robotics lab had the one, so it could do better. The blogging area in the back, I didn't see anybody in there. Doesn't mean they hadn't been in there. If you can get that to work, I would like to know if you did or not. Otherwise, my thought when I was playing was, if that room isn't going to work, I might turn that into the employee lounge. Bring the employee lounge downstairs. Make it a little bit more like the rest of the factory. Like they got an upgrade. Like they've been, you know, up in this crappy old room up on the roof, but they got an upgrade and we're moving them downstairs. So maybe something like that, storyline wise, something we might be able to work in. Because if they're not going to do the activity, then I would prefer to use that room for something else, which I think I'm going to do. I'm gonna run through it again a couple times just to see if maybe somebody does go in there. And again, if they don't, I might change that up. So this is what I decided to do out front, was to put a fountain in with some ducks paddling around, and a nice fountain for some reason. And I think it's because the fountain is in the pond. You can't throw coins in it. So unfortunately that was not working for me. And I think it is because it's inside that pond. I think the fountains have to be on their own. But it is pretty. Oh, see, I did mess that up. I knew I messed that up. So now I'm going to go back and fix it. I don't know how I messed that up. I think it was when I was painting other stuff. But I'm just quick doing a repaint here. It wasn't that bad. So one thing I did want, because I really thought that this was going to be for, you know, a generation or a younger generation maybe would be coming here, maybe for those computer classes. So I did want some bikes out front. So I did go on the gallery and I downloaded, because I know it was in debug and I didn't want to go searching for it because I was having a lazy day. But I went on the gallery and found the bike racks. So you'll see the bike racks here, and yep, they came right off the gallery. Get rid of that. There we go. And there's the bike rack. Just search per rooms on the gallery and look for the bike rack, and you should be able to find it no problem. I think there's more than one. This is just a simple one that I wanted to use. And again, having a lazy day, did not want to spend my day in debug, because I have wasted days away in debug. It happens. So I'm just putting these little bikes here. Maybe some of the local high school students are coming here for an extracurricular computer class, or hanging out with their buddies and playing video games. And I put in some seating. If you didn't want to eat inside the cafe, you could totally come out here and sit, enjoy the fresh air, and have your latte. So this finishes up the factory. This finishes up this build. Like I said, we have a new one coming in a couple days, and it is going to be amazing and beautiful, and you don't want to miss that. So I hope you had fun. I hope you like your factory. Please remember, keep it creative, keep it cozy, and we're going to see you for the next build.